Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you guys pretty much everything. By popular demand, I'm releasing this video on my complete day trading strategy. And what I mean is the exact way that I trade, the setup that I have, the screens that I have open, the tools that I use, and the mental strategies and psychology that I have while trading, as well as how I trade throughout the day. Okay, because I provide you guys with a lot of strategies, my dip buying strategy, my intraday news strategy, the double catalyst rule, green to red momentum. I hope you guys all know what I'm talking about. If not, watch those videos before you watch this one. But okay, so I'm just going to get right into it because there's a lot to cover, and I'm going to try to give you guys just the best and most condensed but detailed version that I can. Okay, so in the morning, I go in with a few active stocks before the bell even rings. There's a few stocks that I have on my mind. Okay, these are stocks usually from my watch list. These are stocks that had good news that came out. Okay, so the thing is, there's a reason why I don't have a whole bunch of stocks on my watch list. Okay, the other gurus for some reason put like 10, 15, 20 stocks in their watch list, and I respect their whole trading strategy, but the thing is, these watch lists are only good so that you have direction going into the trading day. Okay, so going into the trading day, I only have a list about 2, 3, 4, maybe tops 5 stocks that I'm looking at and that I think are going to have some decent action throughout the day and are hot stocks for the day. And again, they have to fit my stock screening criteria, which I outline in my ultimate stock screening criteria video. So going in, first you have to make sure you have all the tools and all the screens set up. Okay, the way you do this is up to you. Some people, I personally have a big monitor which I split up, plus a laptop, plus a side monitor. Some people have those NASA looking 6 monitor display setup, and some people have 3. I think 3 is a bit more reasonable. You don't need 6, but whatever you're comfortable with. I'm not a technical support guy, so I can't help you with setting up your system, but I can tell you what tools you should have open. Okay, you definitely need to have open, obviously, your broker account. Okay, so me personally, I have thinkorswim open. Okay, I like their platform. I'm used to it. I have had good luck with it, and a lot of prosperity, fortunately, with it. So I use thinkorswim. They provide free level 2. I have that screen open. Okay, I keep equity feed open. Okay, I keep my market view of that open. I keep my live news ticker, my streaming news. This screen right here, I have it open because it's my live news stream. So I keep that open because I want to know what news has come out about the stock, and I need to know what news comes out throughout the day. Okay, then I also have a chat room open. Okay, personally, I prefer Tim Sykes. Soon maybe I'll open my own chat room if there's enough demand. There's been some people that have mentioned it, but I think I need a lot. I want to have a very cohesive and large group before I open up a chat room, and I would design it in a different way, but that's in the future. Who knows, maybe when you're watching this video I'll have the chat room up. We'll see. But so I have a chat room open. Timothy Sykes is good. Investors Underground is great. Superman is more a different trading style, but it's up to you. Test the different chat rooms. I have a video out called Benefits of Trading in a Chat Room. Watch that so you can understand why I think you need to have a chat room open, because you definitely do. I have Yahoo Finance open. The reason for that is because equity feed, even though it's a great tool, it doesn't necessarily capture all the news and all the different outlets. So I use Yahoo Finance so I can keep that open and stream the news whenever I need to, or look up a ticker if I want to do in-depth analysis of it. And then ideally, I used to trade like this in the past. I haven't been trading with it recently because I've been a lot more conservative and fortunately following my rules a lot more, meaning I've been winning a lot more, and doing a lot more profitable trades and gaining a lot, fortunately. But you want to have like a TV that streams like CNBC or Market Watch or these finance channels going on, because when a stock or You know, in the chat rooms you'll see, that's why you need a chat room, because you'll know, for example, when a penny stock is about to be on a TV show or on a news show. So, you know, keeping that on, you know, the finance channels in the background is important, because if they ever mention a penny stock, you're going to see the price usually shoot up. You know, it's good news, it's a good catalyst. So, and then again, I have you know, you want to have certain drinks, because when you're in a position, you stay glued to the screen. So sometimes you want to just be able to grab a quick cup of, you know, you want to have your coffee with you, or a drink, or water bottles. You know, I have some snacks, healthy food. You know, if you're just sitting in front of a screen from 9:30 to 4, you know, and you're snacking all day, you're gonna be in a bad position. So, you know, be a healthy trader. It'll keep your mind stimulated more, and it'll just allows you to think faster, react faster. And that's what you need in trading. You need to be quick. You need to be able, you know, some people say I talk fast, and, you know, or I write too fast, and I thus believe that that's the case, because, you know, my brain is always going. I'm always thinking, it's always focusing on something, or I always have something to say or do. So anyways, you want to be healthy, you want to be active, you want to be quick and agile, because that's how we are as traders. That's how we make our money. Okay, and you need to be quick, because you know why? Because the market is quick. And you know, anyone who's been trading for a decent amount of time, you can see how quick these stocks go up and how quick they crash if you're not fast enough. So again, those are the tools, but now let me go over the mentality of the actual trading day. Okay, you go in, I have my mindset. Okay, I have this video that I recently came out with called Morning Volatility. My morning to you guys, and so I don't trade anymore in the mornings. From 9:30 to 10, I don't. Okay, I take a stance. You know, actually, I trade the trades that I enter in the morning, I keep a very, very big or very small stop loss for it. If it goes in against me for even a second, I get out of the trade. So I only lose maybe a penny a share, if that, because it's too much volatility. You know, sometimes if it's like a give me stock, like such an easy stock, like a stock announces, you know, amazing quarterly profits, and it has great indicators, and it just broke a new high. You know, if it has a triple catalyst, then I'm gonna trade it. You know, XXII, I made I made a large sum of money in the morning, because they were going to be listed onto the NASDAQ. I knew it was going to be approved. I knew the news was going to go up. And you know, watch my other videos to understand why I have this mentality and how I'm able to tell. And it followed the other catalyst rules. It had good price action, so I bought it in the morning and I sold. And you know what? Sometimes it's just good to get out then. You know, I've had days, and the last time was 3 weeks ago actually, on this stock, UPIP. That was a good trade. I liked that trade. I traded this was a good one. I traded at 9:30, okay, and I went down to the second. I traded 9:30 and I sold at 9:31, and I made like 25% in a minute. So I made a good sum of money. You know, I wasn't even supposed to trade that day. I was actually meeting up with a friend of mine later on, and I was supposed to have left my house by then. So you know, I wouldn't advise this, but here's a, sorry for going to a tangent, but once you understand the rules and go through my videos and learn everything there is to know about penny stocks, and you can do that by understanding my videos and having practiced, you don't need so much preparation time. You know, people think that it takes, you know, hours and hours of due diligence and, you know, burying your head into books and financials and filings, and it doesn't take that long at all. That's why I have my whole series of how to research a stock in 5 minutes or less. And a lot of the times when I come to my stocks is because of news or something that I get from my tools. You know, if more than 50, maybe even 75, maybe even 80% of traders don't have the tools that I just give you guys and I tell you guys to use. My pump and dump trackers, my equity feed, you know, free level 2. These tools, just by having these tools, you're pretty much in the 10% of traders who are profitable because of the amount of advantages that you have. And once you master these this education and these videos and you watch them all and you understand them and you act upon them and you implement them, it doesn't require much work, you know. LX21, an amazing, phenomenal trader, has made probably more than $10 million from the stock market. One of the best traders, penny stock traders in the world, I would say, or who has a name to himself, or who has, you know what, one of the best traders who has disclosed his trades. And he even says in his interviews and at this conference that he had, or that Tim Sykes had, that once the trading day's over, he closes his computer and he walks away and he's done. And he doesn't do anything related to the stock market until the next day, because, you know, all the information comes back to him. He does his basic prep, you know, half an hour, but you don't need to do that much. But getting back into the day, you know, in the morning I look at, you know, I look at my trades. If I already made a huge gain, I just walk away. And imagine that I worked for 1 minute, made a few $1,000s, and you know, that to me that's good. Back in the day, I used to work in, I worked in an accounting firm, and that would be almost like a monthly salary. So, you know what? Or for associates. So when I make that, I'm happy. I don't get too greedy. You know, some people make $10,000 in a day, $100,000 in a day. I'm happy with a few $1,000s. I think you guys should be true too, unless you're amazing traders, in which case I think you guys should open up your own video service and let me know about it so I can learn from you. But anyways, so then after the morning, right after the morning volatility goes down 10:30, then the thing I like about that, and the thing you have to understand, is that then the daily patterns and the daily peaks and valleys and resistance and support has already been formed. And from that's how you can trade throughout the rest of the day. So now you have your, you know, your new high on the days and your low of the days and your supports and your resistance and your breakouts for the day. Because by 10:30 the volatility has happened, and then pretty much the rest of the day is pretty much the same. After 10:30 to close, you know, you keep your eye on the news. Okay, the news is everything. Okay, as soon as something breaks out, the stock can go crazy depending on the news and depending on the price action. So definitely keep your eyes on the news. Keep your eyes on the chat room. The chat room is especially Tim Sykes, you know, his service alone is worth it just for the chat room, because there's a lot of traders on there. You know, two heads are better than one, and in some cases 600 heads are better than just you being alone and trying to do everything yourself. Okay, these people don't just, you know, trade mindlessly based off of their suggestions, but they basically they give you tickers. They give you stocks to look at, and then you look at the stock, you apply my rules and my analysis, or hopefully your own by this point, because you understand how to become an independent and self-sufficient trader. So you do that, and it gives, you know, the stocks that they mention allows you to look at different stocks and see whether or not you should enter trades. But that's technically how you trade, you know. That's why the watch list is only really effective for the early morning. And even then, the early morning is so volatile that if you want to be conservative, I don't even trade anymore really in the early mornings. You know, the last time I made that trade was just 9:30. That 9:30 trade where I had a few $1,000s, and it was exactly 41 seconds actually. You know, when you go down to the second, I love that trade, and you know what, that happens. I don't have them all recorded. That's the most recent one in memory, but it's happened to me before, and it can happen to you too once you start getting into trading and understand how the rules work. So that's pretty much the strategy. You know, keep in mind that the stock market gets very slow around 12 to 2 o'clock. You know, that's when people go out to lunch or take a break, or, you know, just aren't trading as much, and there's not as much volume going on in the markets. And then things pick back up around 2:30 to 4 o'clock in market close. So that is my trading strategy. If I left out anything, you know, just leave a comment, and I'll go more detail into the exact trading strategy if you guys have any questions. So hope that helps, and I definitely think that you guys should model that, but try to create your